told you there's a way to invest your money that the returns are guaranteed and it is completely tax-free. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's real. It is called Nigerian Treasury Bills. I just want you to stick with me on this video and I'll be breaking it down in simple lay English on how to do this kind of investments. Zero risks. Please stay tuned, don't go away. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ada and this is Thrive with Ada, and today we'll be discussing some key investment deals. If you're the type that is against high risk investment, you want that investment that has zero or near to zero risk, then this video is for you. Don't go away as I break it down for you to understand. It's something you can even invest in on your own without a financial expert. Stay tuned as we dive into it. Treasury bills are short-term investments issued by the federal government. It's simply explained as you borrowing money to the government and they pay you more than what you have given them, and the extra money they give you is called your interest. It can be invested in different days, 90 days, 120 days, even up to a year. The investments are in tenures of that sum, and the tenure sometimes determines the rate that it will be put out to. So at the end of the day, the government gives you back your money. This money is being discounted. For instance, if you want to invest like 100,000 naira, government can say, okay, maybe it's at 10%, for the tenure of that investment. Government can just take 90,000 from that money and use it for whatever they want to use it for, and then the 10,000 naira is left in your account for you to spend. And after spending that money, when the investment matures, you get another 100,000 naira, which is the principal amount that you invested initially. So that money is being discounted and the interest is given to you upfront. You get your interest the same day you make your investment. It's not that you're waiting for the thing to mature before you spend that money. You can decide. There are different types actually. You can decide to get that interest ahead. Immediately you invest while you wait for the maturity of the full sum for you to spend later. You can also decide to invest both the principal and the interest. If you don't want any money upfront given to you, you can tell them that they should invest everything together. There's also that option. That option is also there. So that is one fact about Nigerian Treasury bills. Okay, number two, how does Treasury bill work? It doesn't work like the regular fixed deposit that we have in our banks, where you're giving an interest. It doesn't work with interest. Instead, it's the amount you invest is discounted. For instance, you can use 90,000, to buy 100,000 naira worth of treasury bills, and then you get 100,000 at the end of the period of the tenure of investment, so that the 10,000 naira is now serving as your interest, which you now have access to even immediately you do the investment. So it's like you're buying something at a higher cost with a lesser amount. The difference is left in your account for you to spend. At the end of the period, you get the full value back into your account. So it's a discount. It's not necessarily like an interest thing. Now, there are two ways to invest in treasury bills. There's investment through the primary market, and this is normally done by commercial banks or investment banks, where they buy these bills and then they now resell to the secondary market. Now, the minimum amount that can be used for this primary investment is 50 million naira, and because it is difficult maybe for an ordinary individual to come up with those sums, so banks come together, they just buy these treasury bills and then resell to their customer. They resell to people. In that way, they also make an income, because they of course they are not going to sell it exactly the way they bought it. So in this kind of investment, like I said, the minimum is 50 million naira. And this is done by a bid. When the federal government wants to sell these bonds, they auction it, and then banks come to bid for it and they buy, depending on the rate that the maybe highest bidder, and then they keep it and then they now resell this to their customers. Now the second way we can invest in treasury bills is through the secondary market, and that's when individuals like you and I decide to buy from banks, investors, and brokers. If you miss the CBN option, for instance, maybe you have the 50 million naira. If you miss it, you can still buy treasury bills from banks, from investment firms, and from stockbrokers. Some stockbrokers, trade like that. We also have some apps where you can just go in and buy these treasury bills directly through these apps if you don't want to visit the commercial banks. But then treasury bill is an easy thing. Sometimes when we go to the bank to make investments, we have staff working in bank trying to convince us to fix money with the bank instead of buying treasury bills. The rates are very different. Treasury bills are always higher than the fixed deposit rate in the bank. So if you are a novice and you don't have this knowledge, you can just insist on treasury bills, insist on getting a certificate that shows that it's treasury bills you are purchasing. And that way you'll be able to see the discounted value and how much you're getting at the end. Number 4, why invest in treasury bills? What are the reasons why we should carry on with treasury bill investment? Number 1, it is safe and secure. It's been said that the federal government will always pay, their obligations as at when due. And even if they cannot meet up to paying these obligations, they can always print more money. Of course, I know it may cause to inflation a lot. It may lead to a rising cost of inflation and all of that. But at least you are sure that your money is secured and that your money is guaranteed. So one reason why we should invest in treasury bills is that this money is safe and secure. Number 2, you have guaranteed returns. You're sure that on this particular date, my returns is coming in to me. You're sure that as you're investing in these treasury bills, your returns, the discounted amount, of the interest you're going to make is given to you immediately. You can have that money and be spending while your principal is still fixed. Some business people who don't want to spend their money, they just ask for treasury bills, they fix the lump sum, and then they do operating costs, operating expenses with the values, the interest that they have gotten up front out of this investment. Number 3 thing is that it's a tax-free earning. You don't have to pay, unlike the banks, unlike the fixed deposit in the bank, you don't have to pay any tax whatsoever on treasury bills. If you have treasury bills investment and you are being taxed any tax of whatever sort, please query it, ask why, and ask for a refund of your money. Another thing is that it has a flexible duration. It doesn't have to be 1 year, 2 years, or even 3 years. You can choose between 91 days, 182 days, or even 364 days. It depends on the tenure that you prefer. The rates may vary, the rates may not be the same, but then at least you have a flexibility. And then you don't have to have millions to do this investment. For as low as 100,000 naira, you can invest. And the beauty of this investment is that whether you have 100,000 or whether you have 100 million, if you're fixing for the same tenure, the rate is the same. Nobody is going to say that, because this man is bringing in more money, let me give him a higher rate, or at least the minimum rate will be the same, even if there's going to be a higher one. Another thing is that it serves as a passive income. You don't need to monitor anything. You're just there and getting these returns because you invested, because you lended money to the government. So it's like you don't have to be monitoring anything. You don't have to be worried for anything. It's like a passive income that is guaranteed. So now that I've given you an overview of what treasury bill is all about, you may want to find out, how do I get started? What do I need to do? You have to open an account first with maybe a commercial bank or an investment bank or with a stockbroker. If you want to deal with the stockbroker directly, stockbrokers will help you, complete the whole process while you just have your sleep. And the second thing you have to do is to choose your investment method. What do you want to do? Like I said, the primary investment, which is the CBN option, you have to have a certain amount of money. 50 million is a whole lot before you can do that investment. And so the secondary market, which is for banks and brokers, is the viable option, the best option. So you just choose your method. The commercial banks offer these things. If you have an account in any commercial bank, you just walk in there and tell them that the money is in your account, you want to use it, you want to buy treasury bills. They will help you out with it. They have a treasury department who will do the necessary paperwork and send you a certificate so that you know the exact time that your bill will mature, and then you get back your full value of the amount you invested. Now you can The next step is to invest, and then you receive your treasury bill. You receive your certificate. At maturity, you get your full money back. You either get it at maturity with profit, or you get it upfront as you are investing. Now, this is a very beautiful, secure way to just invest your funds. If you are allergic to risk, there are some people who don't want to take, high risk. Of course, the higher the risk you take, the higher the returns of an investment that you get. Now, if you want to start small, you are skeptical, instead of leaving your money in the regular savings account that has no additions whatsoever year in, year out, you can just take that booster, and buy treasury bills, and then get returns on your investment. I know that it may not be much, considering that average businessman who is trading and are making huge returns on investment. But like I said, it's for people with zero risk. This investment is better than no investment at all. It is better than not having leaving your money in a savings account without any yield whatsoever. What they give for savings account interest is ridiculous. You don't have to do that. Now that you know how to invest in Nigerian Treasury Bills, are you ready to put your money to work? You can start now. It's not difficult. Don't drag your feet. Every day you waste, you're losing money. Every day you leave your money in a savings account, you're losing money. So I've come to the end of this video. I just started to give an overview of what Treasury Bill is all about. I'm going to be going in depth in subsequent videos. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Press the notification bell. Please like and share. Support this channel, please. If you know you're getting value from my videos, please just subscribe and share this video. Thank you for staying with me this far. Until my next video, bye for now.